Good evening, everyone, and very warm welcome to this class. This is Performance Management F5, and I am Jafar Iqbal. I will teach you F5. I am having more than 15 years of teaching experience, and I am specialized in management accounting and the performance management. So let's have a look at the overall sequence of the subject and overall the positioning of the subject among other papers. So let me tell you the relational diagram of performance management with other exam. As I told you earlier that this exam in this paper is basically the extension to the management accounting. It means you must be having the sound knowledge of F2 so that you can get a good command on the concepts of the F5. For example, you have studied some costing techniques in management accounting, and these are, for example, marginal and absorption costing, and for example, job and batch costing, and process costing. But you have studied the basic concepts of those costing techniques. But in F5, you will study the advanced version of those costing techniques, and those basic concepts will be used to understand the advanced concepts of costing techniques. For example, in yes, for example, you have studied the absorption costing, and the advanced version of that absorption costing is the activity-based costing. It is not basically advanced version, rather it is another costing technique that is in fact contrary to the absorption costing. So the activity-based costing, we will study this technique in much more detail and so much so on. So many other topics are also here in F5 that you studied in F2, but with some basic concepts only. So it means you have to study the advanced concepts of F2, but these concepts, dear students, I am sorry, some students are still joining me, so I have to admit them. So that's why there are some intervals, but I hopefully this will come to end very soon. So if you study F5, it will be having the advanced version in P5, that is basically advanced performance management. That is an optional paper. And if you are having the good command on the topics of F5 and another paper that you will study in, the compulsory papers, and that is strategic business leadership SBL. And if you study SBL with F5, this will make a lot easier your work to get through the advanced performance management, that is P5. So it means the importance of F5 is immense among F2 and P5. That is, the backbone of both papers. So if you have a good command, you will be having a very easy success. You can have very easy success in P5. So through this diagram, you can get an idea that how the F5 is important. Now come towards the main syllabus areas. Now come towards the main syllabus areas of F5. F5 is basically divided in 5 key syllabus areas. Number 1, the first of all, advanced costing techniques. As it is clear from its name that it is having some costing techniques that are advanced costing techniques, and you haven't studied in F2. If you this advanced costing technique area is further divided in some topics, and if you study all these topics, it means you have studied or you have cleared one key syllabus area. For example, advanced costing technique is further divided in 5 topics. The first one is activity-based costing. The second one is target costing. The third one is life cycle costing. The fourth one is throughput accounting. And the fifth one and final one is the environmental management accounting. It means if you cover all these 5 topics, your one key syllabus area or 20% of syllabus will be completed. Let's move towards the second area. Dear students, let me tell you one thing. This is the most tricky part of the syllabus. That is basically decision making. This is most lengthy and the most tricky part of the syllabus. And this area, our key syllabus area, is consist of the further 5 topics. Number 1, relevant costing. Number 2, cost volume profit analysis. Number 3, limiting factor. And number 4, short-term decision making. You have studied some basic concept of short-term decision making in F2 and relevant costing as well. But in the F5, the application of these concepts will be on advanced level. So you must be having a good command and skills to demonstrate so that you can get good marks. And the final and the last component of this key syllabus area is the pricing decision making. The third key syllabus area is budgeting. Budgeting is basically, you have studied in F2, but with some theoretical aspects only, but on F5 level, it will be having some advanced concepts and some advanced techniques of budgeting, along with quantitative analysis of budgeting, which may involve some forecasting techniques as well. The fourth key syllabus area is standard costing and variance analysis. Dear students, at F2 level, you have studied some basic variances like material variances, material price and usage variance, and total variance. Similarly, with other cost components like labor variances, variable overhead variances, and so on. You should be having sound knowledge of those basic variances so that you can study the advanced version of those variances. Dear students, please keep in mind, the advanced variances are basically the further elaboration of those variances. For example, you have studied the material mix and yield variance in F2, sorry, material price and usage variance in F2, but material usage variance will be further divided into material mix and material yield variance. It means you should be having a grip on basic variances so that you can understand the advanced variances. Advanced variances basically the elaboration of the basic variances. So I will teach you the basic variances as well with my technique so that you can get a good command on the advanced variances. Another advanced variance will be the sale mix and quantity variance. And the fourth area is planning and operational variances. And the last one is the performance analysis on the basis of the variance analysis. These are some topics. These are some topics that will be covered under the key syllabus area of standard costing and variance analysis. The fifth key syllabus area is basically performance measurement and control. You know, the performance management paper, it is the key component of the syllabus. This will be divided in further 4 areas where you will study the entire organizational performance in private sector organizations, along with the divisional performance measurement, as well as the performance analysis for not-for-profit organizations and the factors that can impact the performance of organization. We will study all these topics in much more detail in upcoming syllabus areas. So let's have a look on key syllabus areas once again. I told you earlier, the syllabus of the F5 is divided in 5 key areas. The first one is advanced costing techniques. The second one is the decision making. The third one is budgeting. The fourth one is standard costing and variance analysis. And the fifth one is the performance measurement. If we, one thing more, that all these areas include further topics. For example, I told you advanced costing technique includes different costing techniques. And if to complete all the topics, it means that one key syllabus area is completed and so on. So this is the coverage of overall syllabus. Now, let's move towards the examination style. Dear students, this is the most important thing that you need to keep in mind and that you need to learn. Exam is the most important element, and we are studying or we are making all the efforts to get through the exam successfully. So do remember, first of all, you have to know what will be the exam pattern. Dear students, the exam session will consist of 3 hours and 10 minutes. It means the time allowed for the examination is 3 hours and 10 minutes. Keep remember 10 minutes will be for reading and planning, and for remaining 3 hours you have to attempt the exam practically. The 10 minutes for the reading and planning are having immense importance, and you have to pay the attention to plan your exam and to read the questions carefully. The students who utilize this time effectively ensure that they can get good marks, they can secure the good marks during the examination. So do remember, these 10 minutes are very important. You will not be allowed to write anything or to attempt any question, but in this time, you can only read the questions. So I would suggest you read 1, 2, 3, 4, as many questions as you can carefully and plan your answer so that you can maximize your efficiency. Dear students, as you know, this is the exam that is having 100 marks, and you allowed 3 hours, which means 180 minutes. So if you are having 180 minutes for 100 marks, it means you are having 1.8 minutes to secure each mark. So make it sure you are spending appropriate time for each mark. If you allow so many time on one mark, it means you are getting short of time for other questions. So make it sure you spend the maximum time, that is 1.8 minutes for each mark, and try to plan. For example, if there is 2 marks question, you need to attempt 3.6 minutes. If you attempt more minutes on it, it means the time is squeezing for the rest of the questions. So try to plan, try to compose yourself, and try to spend appropriate time that is allowed for each mark. Otherwise, you will be having less time for, I think there is some connectivity problem on my side. So pardon for any inconvenience. So I was telling you, the time management is much more important during this examination. That to handle the time pressure is a great ability. However, throughout the session, we will learn this. Now come towards the sections of this paper. Let me tell you one thing. Now you can attempt only computer-based examinations due to prevailing situation of the pandemic of COVID-19. So the design of that computer-based examination is, the question paper is divided in 3 sections, section A, B, and C. Section A contains 30 marks, section B contains 30 marks, and section C contains 40 marks. Section A contains short questions, 1 single question containing 2 marks each, which means 15 questions into 2 marks each is equal to 30 marks. These will be multiple choice questions, objective type questions. So you will be having 3.6 minutes to attempt this each question. The section B consist of 3 case style questions, which means you will be given a scenario of 2 paragraphs or 1.5 paragraph, whatever the length is. And then it will be containing 5 objective test questions of 2 marks each. So one scenario with 5 questions of 2 marks each is equal to 10 marks of each question. So the 3 questions means 30 marks. This will also be almost same to the section A questions, but each scenario will cover a single area. For example, if scenario is built on standard costing, the 5 questions of that specific scenario will be regarding the standard costing. And if the scenario is built on budgeting, then 5 objective questions will be regarding that specific topic. It means each question will cover a specific. There are some connectivity problems. So again, pardon for any inconvenience. The section C will be of 40 marks. There are 2 questions containing 20 marks each, and cover the key syllabus areas, and they can include the decision-making techniques, budgeting, variance analysis, or any area. But do remember, these questions will cover. Single question may cover 1 or 2 key syllabus areas, but these 2 questions may have some computational elements and may have some theoretical elements. But whatever they contains, we will practice throughout the session. Now, hopefully, the examination style is quite clear to you people. Let me summarize it. The time allowed for this will be 3 hours and 10 minutes. 3 hours to attempt effectively the paper and 10 minutes to read and plan the paper. Paper style will be 3 sections of the paper. Section A, B, and C. Section A will contain short questions, objective questions of 2 marks each. Section B will be having 3 scenario style questions, and each scenario will be having 5 further questions of 2 marks each, which means 10 marks for each scenario. So three scenarios, 30 questions, 30 marks. And section C will be comprises of 2 questions of 20 marks each. Now, hopefully it is quite clear to you. Let's move towards the next thing that is more important. And dear students, there is some connectivity problem. So that is not in my control. So I'm really very sorry if you are feeling some problems. Now let's move to the next.
Yes, dear student, welcome back. I don't know what is the problem. My internet connection is unstable today. So you are feeling problem. I can have an idea, but it's not in my control. I will try to switch to another option, but for today, you have to bear it. So let's move to your area of interest, and that is how we will make it possible to successfully cover the syllabus and to get the success in examination. Let me tell you that we will cover entire syllabus, and the technique that I will follow is to focus on the concepts of the all areas. Dear students, I tell you one thing, the class pattern will be, when I will start the new topic, the first 10 minutes will be of immense importance. I will deliver the entire concept of that specific topic in first 10 minutes. And then it will be followed by the practice of examination questions. So please try to attend, try to be punctual, and try to attend the class on time so that you can grasp the concept of that specific topic. And then we will practice all the past examination paper so that you can have a good command and you can have an idea of the examiner mind. Past papers will provide you the good idea about it. So we will attempt and we will practice the examination papers. For example, if I told you about ABC, I will deliver entire concept of ABC. Then I will practice 2 or 3 questions with you, and then I will throw 4 or 5 questions towards you so that you attempt at home. And if you attempt those questions at home successfully, it means you are having good command on that. So that's all from my side. Now I am going to unmute you people so that you can put your questions. Dear students, if you have any question, you can put me.
Hello.